heart just for a minute, come by, let me feel it, cause you are my love. I want your heart just for a minute, come by, let me finish on you. You are my love. I want your heart just for a minute, come by, let me feel it, cause you are my love. I want your heart just for a minute, come by, let me finish on you. Summertime's dry, I need something to get in right. I need to fall in love, baby, I just be a drug. All your friends already gone, you just looking for some fun. Ain't nobody looking back, baby. I could be the one just for a night, maybe a week, but I don't want to stay too long. But then you see all my weaknesses. I keep distance to everyone I see. Isn't me or you or something making me feel brand new. Feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. But it still feel like you are my love. I want your heart just for a minute, come by, let me feel it, cause you are my love. I want your heart just for a minute, come by, let me finish on you. You are my love. I want your heart just for a minute, come by, let me feel it, cause you are my love. I want your heart just for a minute, come by, let me finish on you.
How's everyone doing? No, Norman, listen, we always tell people you don't have to take a shot of alcohol. You can send a video of you drinking your soda, your coffee, your tea, just a hello. So if you ever want to send a video message, sometimes we do contests. But whenever I call it shot credit or if I call it a shot contest or whatever, I just like to connect with people. So I always tell people if I'm all, and I used to take quite a few more shots, but I always tell people if like you're recovering or you're tempted by that stuff and I have it on screen and you message me and be like, dude, that's hard for me to see that, and I will literally not do it. But yes, I need to switch that. Thank you, Don. And Don, thank you, and I want to thank Sean Richardson for being flexible. So, and thank you to Chris for helping out with that too. So my wife and I are going on a really short jaunt out to Nashville to listen to one of our favorite artists, Breland. Yes, low-key country artist Breland. But it's like, as soon as we get back, we got to leave right away to go to her sister's new house. And it's just like, it's just crazy. I wanted to ask you guys this, because a lot of you have kids. Do you find it, like, look, there are days where I'm just like, my kids are just absolutely out of control. And you know, I just want to run away for like a couple hours. But whenever I go away for a trip, or if I'm gonna be, they're gonna be here, like they're staying here and stuff with their Gigi and stuff. But like, I get severe anxiety leaving them. Is that like unhealthy or is that normal? I'm asking you guys seriously. Like my wife and I suffer horribly. Like we'll cry, dude. We'll like cry on the plane. We will. We'll cry on the plane. We'll be like sad. There'll be moments where we're having fun and all of a sudden we're like, just like sad. It's hard. And it's like we'll come home and be like, let's go away again. But you gotta do it, right? I tell my wife that. I'm like, you have to do this. You have to have a relationship with your wife or, you know, your significant other. You have to do it. But it's just like, I tell them, we do so much with our kids. Like, we just took them to the movie theater and out to dinner and to the store. And we had a sleepover last night in the basement with them. But, like, then I feel bad because, like, I got all shipping out. I didn't see him all day. I'm like, get out of my way. You know, I'm like, move. I got stuff to do. And it's so hard because my wife and I were just talking. We're like, we yelled at them all day. I'm like, they weren't listening. Like, they were being difficult. We had stuff to do. But you know what I'm saying. I'm just kind of getting some feels out right now. I hope that's all right. But I see Pete and Don, you both said, like, that's normal. I hope that's what you were saying because I struggle, man. I'm, like, in my feels a lot tonight. But listen, this goes out to you guys for listening to me for that stuff, for connecting me with that stuff, just letting me talk about it, hearing it from you guys. So to the Blazing fam, the fraternity that is Blazing Breaks, I appreciate all of y'all very much. I will miss you guys. We won't be breaking for a few days. Maybe Chris will be nice and throw something up, but cheers. Woo-hoo! I needed that for the anxiety. Who are you, Bass family? I don't even know where to start. Let's start with this. Let's start with Wild Matt. Speaking of Matt, My brother stopped over and brought me some jerky for the trip. He didn't bring me any of this. He just finished up his habanero. Am I saying it right, Wes? Wes messaged me the other day. He's like, you have said habanero 8 different ways and not one of them is right. All right, what up, Sean? Sean, I appreciate your patience with everything today. What do we got here? I was gonna say, was there a card in there? All right, here we go. So when I get back, though, we will have a lot to do. I have autographed footballs coming in. I'll have a little bit of Obsidian, just a couple boxes. We'll have some new baseball stuff. Elite Extra Edition will be in. So, like, that's the other thing when going away. You know, I used to take my whole setup with me, and it's so hard anymore. Cedric Tillman, 3 out of 25. I think Cedric Tillman goes to the Bears. Will confirm. Jason, I can't. Honestly, I believe this in my heart. Now, listen, every my wife and I are pretty strong, but you go through seasons in a relationship, and we've been through some rough winters. I mean that metaphorically. That Cleveland Browns. But I'll tell you what, our kids have probably been the reason we've been able to fight through those moments to not get to that moment. So I feel for you because I couldn't. It would be very hard. Cleveland Browns going out to Dougie. There you are, Dougie on the board. So, Jason, I feel for you, man, and I'm sorry you have to go through that. I know sometimes it's the best choice, but it's never a good, it's never a fun one, I should say. Devin Achane for the Miami Dolphins. Are you guys watching this game, this Grand Canyon, Alabama game? To switch over to sports a little bit. First of all, how about Purdue to tease everyone today and not come out and score the first 5, 10, and 15, and then just keep it close, and then just score 120 points in the game. That ticked me off. I have Purdue winning the whole thing, so I'm glad they won. But I was like, come on. I bet on them to be like 5, 10, 15, cover the spread, hit the over. Nope. What? Did you never leave? My wife would never leave the house again. Chris, literally, we would never go anywhere again. Jalen Hyatt for the Giants. New York Giants going out to Jason Franklin. Well, we were always bad, Chris, but I don't know if you guys remember this summer, my wife and I went away on our 10th year anniversary, and we had just a couple weeks before, our dog died, so we were like, all right, well, we don't have to worry about that at least. We were there, and we got a call that her Nana, who we were extremely close with, unexpectedly passed. So now, that call, I thought it was about my kids, the way it all went. I don't even like talking about it. But now we have anxiety about that. Miles Murphy for the Bengals. There you go, Don. That was your first time you went away. So did you do a honeymoon and then have kids? Some people have kids when they get married, obviously. But some people don't go on a honeymoon and then, their first trip is, years and down the road. Pete, that's what I'm saying, man. Look, I just took my kids to the freaking most expensive dinner they'll probably have in their childhood life, which was going to that, what was the Medieval Times? Tanner McKee, 1 out of 6. I got to double check on him. I think he's either Eagles or Arizona. But I'm with you, Pete. We do a lot. I was telling my wife that. I'm like, you got to understand, our kids get mad because, if they go a day without us, it's they're sad about it, but the truth be told is they spend a lot more. That's because they spend so much time with us. They're kind of spoiled. That goes out to Philly, Pete. All right, so your first real trip together was when they were 11, 12, and 13. I mean, listen, we know you were fucking because you had 3 kids that were 11 and 12 and 13. So you weren't it wasn't like you had a dry spell. You were boom, 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 back to back to back. Tanner McKee for Philly. It wasn't like you needed a trip. You seem to be doing just fine with kids in the house. Dude, all right, so James goes all the time, Jason. James Eisman used to work at Disney. That's why we call him Walt, because my kids thought he was Walt Disney. Thank you for making it more cheerful. And then when he stopped working there, he decided he was going to start going to Universal. So we were supposed to go there this past year, and we decided to just make it Disney. We decided to just make it Disney instead of Universal too, to really just focus on Disney, and we were glad we did. However, my kids are a little. Dude, you got some stories, Chris. That's wild. So no cable, so you just. And there wasn't like. Back then, you rented videos, and you probably, if you didn't have cable, you probably weren't renting a ton of movies either. We were. I'll get into that later. We were just talking about renting movies again the other day. When my wife and I were. But dude, have a blast, man. Jason, and this goes out to any of you guys. When you go on a trip like that, please feel free to share the pictures. Kendall Williamson out of 25. Yeah, please feel free to share those pictures. I love when I get to see what you guys are doing. Like if it's even if like a baseball tournament, a wrestling match, a vacation, share that stuff. So how did I not notice the Buffalo Bills? Because he was the 258th overall pick. Oh, he was drafted by the Bears, but he must. Oh, he just got picked up by the Bills. That's why he was a Bear, got picked up by the Bills. I do. I listen. Sometimes I have no problem living vicariously through other people, and sometimes it makes me like book it. Like people will be like, "Oh, we went here." I'm like, "Book it." I'll tell my wife like, "We're going." My buddy just booked a Disney cruise. I am so anti-cruise. Like I just don't want to do it. But he booked one and he's telling me all about it. I'm like, man, maybe we should do one. Cody Mock for the Bucks. Tampa Bay Bucks going out to Seth. Happy parents equal happy parents. Anna Marie Island in Florida for vacation. Never heard of her. What part of Florida is that at? Equals happy kids. I got you. I agree. Like, so, full transparency. Here's an example. My wife and I both stressed yesterday about what's going on. She comes down and we start to get into it just a little bit. It got kind of heated. It's like, stop yelling. And you feel awful, but you're like, no, mommy and dad are having a conversation. And you realize they just want you guys to be happy with each other. I tell my wife that all the time. I'm like, they would rather us be happy here, and they'd rather us be happy in a hut than fighting on a vacation. Ronnie Bell, I believe this goes to the Niners. I'm with you, Pete. That's a good reminder, though. It's so easy to forget that. San Francisco 49ers. I don't think he moved. You know, it's crazy you got to check anymore. These guys move so quickly. I love that you make your wife watch these too. Oh, by the way, if Chris didn't, I know he shared it, but dude, can we just say congrats to Chris? Dude's like 100 years old, still playing in the Gus Macker tournament. And not only is he playing, he's dominating. Dude had to carry his team because Big Man got a list of injuries. So Chris did what he couldn't do against me and went off and actually brought home some hardware. We all believe you now, man. I wish you would have done some live streaming of that instead of our... I was thinking of our game today. As you said the info about Gus Macker, I was like, people got to see actually how you play. Tyon Evans out of 4. I ran out of space to record. I say he's 100 years old because I pick on him. Carolina Panthers. But they got second. Like you got second, right? But like, what age group were you playing in? I can't imagine there's not like top-notch competition out there. I saw the one you said. Who'd you say your daughter recorded a little bit and took a clip? You sent me that one. But dude, boy on his team broke every bone and tore every ligament in his leg. It's not funny. Arizona, Michael Wilson going out to Brad Holste. That's going to be out of 50. All right, we got a big card coming up. I can feel it. Zach Pickens out of 25. for the Bears. The Bears. Chicago, Jason Mello. And we got a Chris Smith out of 10. Is that Eagles? Well, guys, I appreciate you honestly letting me kind of vent a little bit before I head out, but that can't be it. I was going to say he's been on like 9 teams. It does suck. I'm going to have to take a couple days off of breaking because we have so much nice stuff coming in, but wait for me a little bit. Houston Texans. Oh, wait, Detroit Lions? Raiders? Oh, that's right. We did give this. Chris Smith goes to the Raiders, I believe. Raiders. Pete, you are the first person that said anything positive to me about that movie. Raiders going out to Hans. You got one, Hans. Oh, wow. So you had some like pro and semi-pro athletes in there. It's always crazy how it just translates. He's NFL, but I'm sure. Oh, but you said he played overseas. It was a good, bad movie. I think people went into it with some high expectations they probably shouldn't have done. Case hit. Oh, we're going to have a nice random. Everyone's eligible for this. Well, it's because he's a fighter. Jake Gyllenhaal should have saved that movie, though. All right, guys. Everyone's eligible. Don't go anywhere after the break, after we're done with the next 2 boxes. Drake May on the line. Well, that's a case hit, Drake May. Curious to see if there's anything up on that yet. Oh, wow. Let's see. Last sold was, it looks like, $150 for this version. There was one earlier, so last one sold for $125. It looks like one sold for $200. They may be a variation one. Either way, all you got to know is that you wait till draft time, and that's gonna like fly off the shelf. Whoever wins that. So good luck. Good luck to everyone at the end for that. Alabama's gonna end up. Oh wow, they really pulled ahead there at the end. That was scary for a little bit for them. We'll save Pro Set Mania for Pro Set Metal for the end. What movie did I just watch the other day that was new to streaming? And I said, "Wow, we need a pin thread of that where we share those." Is it a super fractal? Yeah, baby! Wow, fractal. 101. Let's get to it. All right, 2 marbles to 25 or less, 2 wild lights to 15 or less, a glass to 10 or less, and a wild fractal. Let's go. For the Arizona Cardinals, out of 8, Blake Whiteheart. Arizona Cardinals going out to Brad. This product has been spectacular with its parallels. The nicest one they've put out yet for parallels. And for the New Orleans Saints, out of 15, Brian Breesy. Saints going out to... Yeah, we went to see it too. Chris did too. I think... Don, did you go see it? I saw someone in our group with kids went to see it too. I thought it was good. It kept me engaged. It's funny. My 6-year-old, we had to go to the late showing, which, let me tell you this. We checked it. The movie started at 7:15. It actually started at 7:50. There were 35 minutes of previews. But the only one that fell asleep was Lauren. My 6-year-old stayed up. My 8-year-old stayed up. 1 of 1! An extra 1 of 1. Israel Abanikanda for the Jets. Dougie. 1 of 1. Rookie auto. Abanikanda. Yeah, I thought it was even better than the first one, like the new first one, not the old Ghostbusters. I love how they brought in like Murray and Aykroyd and really used them in the movie. I thought the storyline was good. The movie didn't have a lot of slow moments. It was engaging the whole time. Yeah. And Darnell Wright for Chicago. Did we pull one of him earlier too? Oh no, Zach Pickens earlier. Defensive tackle. This is offensive tackle. 15 out of 15, Darnell Wright. And Jason, I want to see the numbers on it too, because I was telling my wife, I think part of the reason it's going to do well is because there hasn't been like a good movie out, like anything at the box office in a while. Diane Henley for the Chargers. 3 out of 10. Not Don Henley. Diane Henley. All right, here's our 101. I didn't even know he was on his checklist. Get out of town. Debo for the Niners. San Francisco. Shane getting the Debo 101. There it is. Debo Samuel, 1 of 1. Israel Abanikanda, 101. Both out of that box. The parallels look so good. We're not done yet. We also got our Drake Beta giveaway at the end, so don't go anywhere. All right. So, MLB starts this week. We're obviously not going to have our MLB league filled in time to get it started, but that's okay because it's DraftKings. That's why. Oh, Shane, you are in here, man. Nice. Congrats, dude. We're not going to have time to fill it beforehand, but that's okay. That's why we do, part of the reason we do DraftKings is we don't have to start at the beginning. Terminator. That's a bad edit. That looks orange. It looks like Syracuse more than it does Bills. But that's all right. But we do got to fill our basketball league soon. So we have like 4 or 5 spots in each of those fantasy leagues. Hopefully we can really work on it when we get back. When I get back to it. Chris, you got anything you can rip with these boys while I'm gone? All right. Thurman Thomas, numbered 8 out of 9 for the Bills. Ron Maxa, there you go, Ron. And Steve Young. 1 of 1, Steve Young. Man, Shane, back-to-back 101s. Just a base 101, but still nice. To go with your Debo 101. There you go. 101 Young. Sharp-looking card. Cameron Rising. A 101 on that. I love when we get these piled up. I think we should take another shot. What do you guys think? Should I take another one? Cameron Rising 101. That'll get random off. Along with the Bo Nix 1 of 3. We'll do them together. We'll do the Rising and the Nix together. Yeah, go ahead, man. Hit that up, dude. So we'll do a 101 and a 1 of 3. That'll random together as one, but I'll count it as a hit simply because it's a 101 and a 1 of 3 to go against hit list. I usually, when there's a 101, I do that. Xavier Hutchinson. That is Houston Texans. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or is that Worthy? Worthy's the one that broke the record in the combine this year. Hutchinson is the Texans, if I remember correctly, right? Dwayne Juarez. Yep, Houston. I thought so. All right. No way! Philly. Dude, we're getting some vets. We had Devo. We had a 1-1 Young. How about a 2 out of 10 for the Eagles, Pete Fuller, with a Michael Vick. Michael Vick. What a night. One to go out on. I like it. We haven't pulled much of him. It's probably been a while. And I said his name, so of course we got to pull one. Xavier Worthy, 14 out of 15. That we will random up at the end separately. So now we have a Drake May and a Xavier Worthy and a Knicks and a 101 Rising. So don't go anywhere. We'll have some randoms at the end. Evan Stewart, 1 of 3. I believe it's Campus VIP. That's going to be another random. I will say that about Leaf Pro Set Metal. I love Pro Set Metal this year. I would rip. I mean, I'd check the price to get more. It's gone up too much, in my opinion. But I wish it had, like, I know it needs to have some of these college athletes in it. George McIntyre. So again, three of our autos. 3 of our autos were in the college, which is fine. We ran them up, so it doesn't matter. It's just an extra chance for you guys to get them, which is why I do this. I don't do the NIL and mixers unless it's PYT and I can just sell that spot. But here we go. We're gonna have a little bit of a check-in here. It does not have his team on this, so you know we. Oh wait, it does. Is that a Falcons helmet? It's tough because it's. I guess the way we got to do this is we can see where he was at for the 1992 Pro Bowl is what we're gonna go off of here, because he does have his pro helmet on. It's not a college uni. It's a Pro Bowl uni. So we got to check what team was he on in the 1992 Pro Bowl is what we'll go off of. Because he does have his pro helmet on there. It's not even edited. It's marked. I just can't see what it is. I think it's Atlanta. That's what I said. I'm pretty sure that's a Falcons helmet. Yep, because we can figure that one out. It's different when it's college uni. But it's clearly not college uni. He clearly has his ATL helmet on. I'm going to confirm that. Yep, Atlanta Falcons. It says it right here. It's even listed on this checklist that someone has out for it. Deion Sanders, Atlanta Falcons Pro Bowl Pro Set Metal card. Yep, because they have base versions of it too. Oh, they actually have the original 1992 Pro Set checklist. Has them listed as the Falcons too. Yep, so that's going to go to Atlanta Jason Mello. That makes it easy for us. Answering to the self-styled nicknames of Neon Dion. Remember, this is a buyback. It is the 1992 card, so we can go off that checklist. And on the checklist 92, someone has it listed here. It's 1992 Pro Set Deion Sanders listed as Atlanta Falcons. Makes it easy. But Neon Dion and Primetime Sanders, the 5th overall pick in the 1989 draft, had a hard time living up to his reputation. Substance equaled style in 91. League leader with 6 interceptions and 2 touchdowns, 1 on a kickoff return. This was his first Pro Bowl. Took him 3 years to get there. All right, guys, we got some randoms to do. Nice way to end it. That's also out of 5, by the way. Y'all ready? We had 2 Pro Look. Steve Young 101 and a Thurman Thomas out of 9. I feel like with 3 101s, we got to do a shot, but we'll get through this recap first. For Houston Texans, Xavier Hutchinson going out to Dwayne Juarez. Hope I'm saying that right. This is a Diane Henley going out to the Chargers. That's going to be Jason Franklin. Numbered out of 10. Darnell Wright for the Chicago Bears going out to Jason Mello. I appreciate you guys coming in and talking tonight. If I didn't say that enough already, I mean it. New Orleans Saints going out to Dougie Berger. Got the Brian Breesy numbered out of 15. And for the Saints, Arizona, Blake Whiteheart going out to Brad Holste. This is the Chris Smith for the Raiders. Raiders going out to Hans. We had, for the Bears, Zach Pickens going out to Jason. That's numbered out of 25. And Michael Wilson for Arizona going out to Brad again out of 50. Tyon Evans for the Carolina Panthers. Another one for you, Juarez. That one's going to be numbered out of 4. We had the Ronnie Bell for the Niners. Shane, but you weren't done, man. You had a big one. Cody Mock for the Tampa Bay Bucks going out to Seth Anderson. We also had the Kendall Williamson going out to the Buffalo Bills. Just moved over there for you, Ron. And Tanner McKee for the Philadelphia Eagles. Pete Fuller, that was not the only Eagles quarterback you got. Miles Murphy, Cincinnati Bengals, going out to Don, Chris, and Sean. Appreciate, again, you guys handling that situation nicely. Jalen Hyatt going out to the New York Giants. Jason Franklin, that's numbered out of 15. Devin Achan going out to the Miami Dolphins. Sean Richardson on the board with that Achan. And then for the Browns, Cedric Tillman going out to Dougie as well. But wait, there's more. 101 for the Jets. Dougie with the Israel Abanaconda. 101. We had the out of 5 Neon Dion going out to the Atlanta Falcons. And then let's do this first. Out of 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Pete Fuller with the Michael Vick for the Philadelphia Eagles. And then Debo. 1 of 1 Debo for the Niners to Shane. Can we show that video, Chris? Chris just sent me a video. Little hook action. Can we show the video? All right, we got some randoms to do then too. We're gonna do Evan Stewart out of 3. Xavier Worthy out of 15. We'll do these first. This will go together. Knicks and Rising together. Then we'll do this GMAC out of 6. And then the Drake May will be the finale. Let's do it. Everyone eligible every single time. So, I mean, technically one person could win all. But again, it's every single time. Bring you guys over. You'll post them? All right. I was just offering. All right, 32 teams in. This is the Rising and the Knicks. You get both cards on this. It does count as a hit because there's a 1-on-1 and a Bo Nix out of 3. To me, I use my judgment on that. That's enough to justify a hit here. It is going to be the Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers, getting that Sean Johnson. You get the Knicks and the Rising. 2 for you. All right, Evan Stewart's up next. Let me mark Pitt for you, though. Well, I hope you guys did at least have a good weekend. I hope you guys got to watch some of the tournament. There were some very good games. I haven't watched a single NCAA game this year for basketball. Dude, I watched a lot, but I was sorting and shipping, so I had them on the TV above me I could watch. It helps to bet, too. That's awful. Green Bay Packers going out to Jeremy Wilson. It sucks to say it, but like it's funny because I get it. Like a dude like Portnoy that has hundreds of millions of dollars, no wonder the guy has to bet he put $100,000 on Holy Cross Women's. The guy probably can't watch sports without getting he can't get a rush. Football, I don't need it, but I still do it. Portnoy probably can't watch sports without having $100,000 on something. Imagine needing that to watch sports. I mean, Arizona, you already have one, you got another. That goes out to Brad. Brad, you had a decent break, man. All right, the GMAC up next. We'll do 2 $5 hitless credits at the end then. Jaguars on the board. Mike Carolambis. You had a big package, Mike. All right, and the moment of truth, the Drake May. Very nice card here. Break was pretty good. Debo 1 of 1. Young 1 of 1. The Vic out of 10. The Drake May. Nice stuff. It's gonna be the Cincinnati Bengals getting it. There you go, Don. You owe Chris a private message tonight. A little, seductive OnlyFans pic or something for the Bengals. But I know you're a fan, so you're gonna love that. Make sure you send him like a little intimate picture or something. 2 $5 hitless credits. Here we go. Oops. Chris is happy though. He got his hardware today. That's a little consolation for him. He earned it though. He said his back hurts from carrying his team. I believe it. When you lose your big man. Pats and Rams. So Ricky Stone and Ricky Statler each with a credit. All right, guys. I can't wait to be back with you guys. It'll be a few days. Wes wants me to get a huge baseball break around to sell. We'll see. We'll talk about it. But all right, guys. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.